Hi there, welcome to TaijiFit with Jan here on the Good For You channel. Today we will be doing a approximately 30-minute standing routine. So that means that if you have balance issues, please have a chair or a table or something nearby that you can grab onto so that you don't lose your balance, just as a precaution. So as usual with TaijiFit, you bring with you the body that you have today. So don't compete with yesterday's body. Today is where we're going right now. Don't compete with me. As usual, you don't have to learn anything. You don't have to remember anything. And for heaven's sake, you don't have to do anything that doesn't feel like you should be doing it. If I go this way and you go that way, it doesn't matter. The moment is what matters. So we'll get started now. Music's playing softly. And I'm going to start standing right here to the side of my grid so that you can see where my feet are. Really don't pay attention to this at all, except for your own personal reference. I'm going to start with my hands just hanging down at my sides and just kind of wiggle everything out just for a little second. Just twist and wiggle. Let your arms just kind of spin around and float up and down as you like, and just kind of feel everything. Feel where it all is. And now we're coming to stillness, and imagine that you're a beautiful grand bird, and you're just going to float your wings up on the warm air and float up to the sky. Just flap those wings. And as you're doing this, as you're inhaling and wings are floating up, just open your heart. What does that mean, Jan? Well, it means to feel things. Sometimes we don't realize that we're holding up a wall against us and what we feel. And so just break that wall for a second and feel some things. Chinese would say, feel your liver. You don't have to feel your liver, but feel things. Exhaling, the wings swoop down, and as they swoop back up again, feel your breath. Feel it enter your body through your lungs and press down into your abdomen. Feel it exhale and your abdomen sinks in and everything goes out. The magic happens in the exhale. But if you don't inhale, you can't exhale. So inhaling is really good. And one more time as we float our wings up and the air presses underneath. Just let go of all of those niggling thoughts that are in the back of your mind. Like, Jan, they don't want to go away. Well, they don't have to go away. Just don't focus on them anymore. Focus on the music or your breath or even the sound of my voice. And now, after one more exhale, let your palms turn forward. Float those arms up and around in front of you. And pull your hands in toward your heart and then sink them down. This is called sinking the chi. Chi is energy, the energy that is in everything. And it likes to move. So we're sinking it so it can float back up again. As your hands float down, put all your weight in one foot. It doesn't matter which one it is. Step up with the other one and then out. And then press the weight evenly into both feet. And then on your next inhale, let the backs of your hands float up like balloons were lifting them. And then your elbows get heavy and everything sinks down again. Sort of like you're standing at the beach and the wave rolls up to you and then past you. And everything sort of floats up and down. This movement's called opening the door. Exhaling as you sink, and one more inhale as you rise, and exhale as you sink. Beautiful. When your hands get all the way down to the bottom, circle them out and up. Bring them back in, and then float them back out again. And take one hand, I don't care which one it is, and scoop it underneath, right around your belly button. The other hand floats across the top, right across your collarbones. You can see in my Tai Chi ball right here that I'm holding the ball. And that's what this movement is called. And then let the ball go. Exhale. We'll do that a couple of more times. Other side, holding the ball. And exhale, let it go. Technically, this movement is called embracing the moon. Give that moon a hug. Let it go. And one more time on the other side. Grasping the moon and letting it go. Fabulous. Float those fingers right to your heart again. And then just turn your body to a corner. Doesn't matter which corner it is. Hands turn outward. And then just press. Lean into that press slightly. Inhaling here. Exhaling there. Beautiful. Let's do that one more time. And as your hands come out, float them around to the other side, the other corner. Inhaling and press like you're trying to close a closet that has too much stuff in it. Last one. Now come in and turn to the other corner again, only this time step out to that corner and push. Sitting back, inhale and push. This movement's called moving mountains. I move a lot of mountains personally. One more. Inhale as you sit back. Exhale to push. Now come back one more time. And this time as you go forward, cross the wrists down. Then float the hands up and open up like you're a butterfly, just unfurling your wings for the very first time. And sweep forward again. Inhaling as you come up. Sweeping around and exhaling as you come down. One more. This is called Princess in the Valley. Fabulous. Let your hands float up and then do one more moving the mountain. And then sweep your hands across the horizon to the other side, stepping back, stepping in, stepping out to the other side. Just push 3 times. Inhaling here and move some mountains. Give yourself some room. Fabulous. As you come back in one more time, get ready. We're going to shoot our hands out and cross the wrists above and sink them down and sweep the arms out and back, much like wings again, only we cross above and let them fall down. This one's called Princess on the Mountain. We moved her mountains, but she's still there. Inhaling here and exhaling right here. And then sitting back, just push one more time. Sit back to center. Let your hands come to the center. Big hug for everyone right here. Palms go flat to the earth. Melt that down. And then we'll go back to the beginning, sinking the chi 3 times. 1, exhale. 2. Here comes the last one. And now let your hands just relax at your sides. And we're going to sway. Pick a side to sway to and just press all of your weight down into that leg. And then tick-tock over to the other side and press your weight down into the other leg. Feel, like we talked about before, all the weight sinking right through your foot down into the earth. And press. And on this time, we're going to press all our weight into that foot, so much so that the other foot can lift up. Tap the heel. Stepping back, shift over. All the weight's here now, so tap that heel. And again, lifting and tapping. Knees stay flexed and supple. And one more on each side. Inhale here, exhale to tap. And there we go. Now we're going to add a hand in. So the heel that's tapping, that arm comes floating up and sits right there. Sweeping it around, the other arm floats up, tap the other heel. And now we're not going to stop between motions. We're just going to continually flow. You've got this. Beautiful. Now then we're going to add the other hand back in. So one hand comes up higher, the other hand comes a little lower, right at the elbow. And this movement here is called playing the peepaw. Peepaw is a musical instrument which very much accompanies Tai Chi in China. Beautiful. And now we're going to come over here and play the peepaw, but continue on. So we're going to take this hand on the bottom, sweep it around to the top, and the top hand becomes the bottom, and we're embracing the moon again. Shift your weight out onto that toe, take the top hand away, twist a tiny bit to the back, and then let this front hand just toss out. I like to imagine that I'm just gently tossing something and it floats away. So you inhale as you collect it and exhale as you toss. Fabulous. Now let's add the other hand back in, making the moon. The top hand just sinks down as you toss away. This movement is called parting the horse's wild mane. And it really just means to create order from chaos. Fabulous. Now let's sit back and play the peepaw on the other side. Stepping in, stepping out. Bottom hand circles around to become the top hand circles around to become the bottom. You've got your moon right here. Press the weight into the toe. Top hand goes away. And we begin the process of parting the horse's wild mane. Sitting back to inhale. Shifting forward to exhale. Now, actually the horse's wild mane is full of tangles and snarls. Let's add our hand back in. So our hands are actually combing through the mane to comb out the tangles and snarls, and thus creating order from chaos. You can feel the silky, smooth, beautiful, long mane that you've just combed out from the horse. And now just take those arms and bring them in. Stepping back, here's a hug for everybody. And then hands go flat, melt it down. And we're back to the beginning, sinking the chi 3 times. Lift and gather as you inhale. That's the second one. And last one. Beautiful. Hands are going to float up in front now and open out to the sides. And then pick one hand, I don't care which one it is, and float it down and circle it around to the other hand. And that other hand just sinks down just a tiny bit. Take a nice deep breath and float those hands around to the other corner. Your hands are just like clouds floating across the sky, and your breath is blowing them. Inhaling in the corner and waving hands like clouds to the other corner. It's the name of the movement. Inhale and exhale. When you get to the corner over here, the top hand, the fingers are just going to gather up and point straight down. It's called a hook. The other hand floats up to it and then just slides out. And when it gets about as far as it's going to go, boom, the palm comes forward. Inhale and scoop underneath. And exhale gently, 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 gently. This is called single whip. Scooping in, inhale. Exhale, single whip. Release the hook. Let that hand slide down and around over this way. Make two cloudy hands and float them across the sky using your breath. Once and twice. And then this top hand forms the hook. The other hand floats up and gently opens out. Like you're looking at a little bird on the window ledge, and you just need to open the curtain very gently so as you don't disturb it. And one more time. Inhaling and exhaling your single whip. Beautiful. Release your hook, sweep it around, and we'll do two more cloudy hands. Once and twice. And now we'll take this hand, make another hook, float it up, slide out to a single whip, and do that two more times. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling, and then stay with me because we're coming back across the top, sliding that hand straight down, sink if you like, and then sweeping around and up. Inhaling here, exhaling here as the squirrel runs down the tree and across the yard. One more time. Beautiful. Release the hook. Sweep that around. Form your cloudy hands and blow them across the sky. Once and twice. Beautiful. This hand forms another hook, floating up, sweeping it out. Single whip. Inhaling and gently opening that curtain. Check out that little bird. Last one. Beautiful. Now we're going to come back across the top and let the squirrel run down the tree and across the yard. And float the hand back up again. Inhaling here and exhaling as that little forest critter just runs away. Last one. Beautiful. Release your hook. Let that sweep around. Make some cloudy hands to one side and to the other side. Change again. And then come to the middle and lift up and sink down and make a big hug. Hands go flat, melt it down, and sink the chi 3 times. You've got it. Lift, inhale, and gather. Exhale. Last one. Beautiful. Now float those hands up in front and open out again. And this time, pick a hand, any hand, and we're going to make the moon again. Now the bottom hand is pointing one way, right? So shift all your weight to that side so you can step out. Take the top hand away. Your weight's even. Lifting up this front hand, let it float up and then float out. Expand. Inhale, bring it in, and exhale, expand that arm. It's like you're opening another curtain. It's a little bit heavier this time. Maybe the curtain for a stage. Check out the audience. Now we'll add the other hand back in. The top hand just sinks straight down. They pass each other and then twist and expand. Fabulous. Make that moon. Sink and lift. Open, expand. One more time. Making the moon. Sink and lift. Exhale, expand. Now take this bottom hand and just slide it up and sweep it down. Loop it around and sweep it down again. Make another loop and sweep it down again. We're going to add on now. Float it up to the corner, crossing the wrists. Turn and squeeze. And back to sliding down. Floating up. Turn and squeeze. One more time. Sliding down the slide. Floating up. Cross the wrists. Turn and squeeze. Now the palms stretch out. Palm down. Sit back. Palms come toward you. Exhale and push. We've done this before. Inhale, sitting back. Exhale, push. One more time. Inhale, sit back. Exhale, push. Now sit back, pivot, pick up that toe and turn everything to the front, and then continue on. Make your moon. Step over. Step out to the other side. Top hand goes away. This hand and arm lift and expand. Scoop down. Inhale. Floating up and exhale and expand. Inhaling and exhaling. And let's use both arms. So we're going to make the moon. One hand just sinks while the other hand floats. And then they both expand like you're inside a bubble. And you're making some room right there inside. One more time. And sink and lift, open and expand. Now let's add on. Let this hand slide up and they'll both slide down. And then both hands just make a big circle and slide it all down. Beautiful. And last one, sliding it down. We're going to add on. So let those hands slide up to the other corner, crossing the wrists. Turn right over that leg and knee and press. And back to sliding down. Lift, inhale, cross the wrists, and turn and press. Sliding down one more time. Floating up crossing the wrists, turn and press. And now the hands separate, palms down. Sit back and push. Once, inhale, exhale as you push. Feel the weight in your feet. And last one. Now let's sit back till your weight is center. Pick up that toe, pivot to the front. Change your weight, and we'll do one each. So we're going to step out, sink and lift, expand, slide up. We've seen the bird in the window. Now we're catching the sparrow by his tail, the name of this movement, floating it up. Here's his wings, turning him toward the window, pressing him out there, opening the window, inhaling and exhaling, sending him on his way. Beautiful. Sit back, pivot that toe, come around to the center, make your moon, step out, sink and lift, expand. You've opened the curtain and there's a little bird. Oh my goodness. Catch him by the tail, gently. Float him up to the corner, and there are his wings. Turn him to the window, press him to the window, opening the window, inhale and exhale, sending that bird on his way. Fabulous. Sitting back, lift up that toe, pivot around to center, and if you need to, straighten out your feet so they're nice and sturdy under you. And then just floating your arms out and in and melting down. And let's sink the chi 3 times. Inhale as you lift and gather. Exhale to sink the chi. One more time. Beautiful. Now stay with me. Your hands are going to float up in front, chest tight, open out. Come back in. Fingers don't quite touch. And then let them melt down. Now your arms and your hands are going to rotate out, stretching, feeling all the way up. Lift, lift, lift. Straight over your head, and then let everything sink down. Boom. Right down the center. Right down to your belly button. Then float that back up to your heart, and then around in front. And come back up. Come up to your heart, and then let that all just go right down to your feet. And we'll do it again. Inhaling, lift, gather. Sink it down, straight down your center line. It gets down to your center, bounce it back up to your heart. Now form a diamond with your fingers and thumbs and press that out as you breathe. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale one more time, and as you exhale, just let that melt. Let's do that 2 more times. This is called opening the heart. And you've got to stretch it out and bring it down. That's your exhale. Inhale as you bounce up, and then out to collect more chi energy that's right in front of you, belongs to you. Collect it up and send it down to your toes. Sweep out again, focusing that energy right down your center line. When it gets to your center, bounce it back up, form a diamond, and open that heart. Breathing in and out and in and melt. And then one more time. Out and up, stretch, stretch. Feel the energy in the palm of your hands. And come back down. Bouncing up. And then out and around. Gather it in. And then just let it wash away. Last time, floating up, gathering in. Bring it down to your center. Bring it up to your heart. Form that diamond and then press, opening your heart. Feeling what's going on. And then exhale, let it melt. And then one time, sink the chi. And then whatever foot you stepped out on, step it back in. And give yourself a little bow. Gratitude for bringing yourself to our channel today and doing some TaijiFit. Thank you so much for joining me. Subscribe to this channel and your computer will let you know when I've posted other videos so that you can do more Tai Chi with me. I'll be using a chair for seated positions sometimes and also other standing routines, sometimes a little more energetic, sometimes a little more peaceful. So until I see you next time, keep breathing and go with the flow. Thanks so much for joining me. Bye. Welcome.